Coming up on a Get Loud podcast, the schedule is out.
I can't believe we're going to Spain.
It's going to be exciting. Also, we're going to have a rookie report on Josh Conerly Jr., and we'll go back to Spain with a little game at the end of the show.
We got a taste of Spain.
Oh,
let's do it.
How you doing, everyone? It is the Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek. This summer, SeatGeek has your ticket to the best live concerts in the DMV at Northwest Stadium. SeatGeek, the official primary ticketing partner of Northwest Stadium. I'm Jinx, that's Smoot, and
yes,
it's a flavorful Friday.
Flavorful.
Anna,
yes,
our incredible producer,
she just got back from Spain, by the way.
And so she's inspired.
Yeah,
These are real alcoholic drinks. Anna.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Okay.
A Madrid-orito?
I feel like it's a Tinto de Verano. So I know we're playing them in
Tinto de Verano.
Tinto de Verano, which means summer red. So I know we're playing in Madrid in the fall, this is what the popular spring summer cocktail is. I was not able to mix it.
So is this the Fireball of Spain? Is this the...
Ooh, this is good.
Let me see.
Okay.
That's nice.
Out of 10.
A little wine
is it
in there?
refreshing?
Refreshing. Yeah. No aftertaste. Smooth oomph from the get-go.
The smooth oomph.
You know how you hit something, you be like,
Okay. Here are the ingredients. If you want to have this drink, if you are going to be on the couch and not in Madrid and you can't buy them,
yes,
because you're on the couch and you weren't able to make it to the game, but hopefully you were, all you need is 1 part red blend, 1 part sparkling lemonade. That's it.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what is it I can't figure out? It's a sparkling lemonade.
Because you thought it was champagne in there.
I did. I was like, oh, this is some sort of soda or
sparkling wine or something like that. Most definitely. Hey, great job by you, Anna. You actually did a great job. I would have never thought a bartender from Colorado could mix me up
a little mixology.
That's my good. Thing. Straight from Spain. You just got back.
Basically a couple weeks ago. Right. I enjoyed it.
Look at that baller.
Highly recommend if you have the chance to go to Madrid. 100% you should go.
Oh, all right.
The chances this year. Right?
Yeah.
This year, we go there as a group. We basically go to Spain as America. Right? It's no better time. Like, the one thing I love about this, you can always pick 1 or 2 games during the year, and it's more than just a game.
Yeah.
It's a trip also. If you go to Madrid, you're gonna be there for 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Like, the football game is only 1 day. Right. So at the end of the day, you get to enjoy a whole nother country while you seeing the fan base walk past you. Like, you're not the only people there.
Right. You know what's great? I told a story a few nights ago when we had a film session out here in Lau, a couple of defensive coaches.
Yeah.
And so there's a coffee shop around the corner from where I live in D.C., and I go there all the time. There's a girl that works there. She seems nice, but she's very, like, by the book. Like, I'll be like, how you doing? She's like, good.
I'm all right.
I'm like, okay,
working.
Cool, respect, fine. This past week, I had on just a Commander's shirt because I was going out to do this event right after the Madrid game was announced.
Yeah.
So I'm walking through. I order what I normally order. She's like, you going? I was like, what? She goes, you get your tickets? And it took me a second. I'm like, you never, ever speak to me. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And she's like, are you going? All my friends are going. I was like, yeah, maybe. And all of a sudden, she was like all excited out of nowhere, just talking about going to Madrid.
Commanders, we outside. All right, we gonna take over Madrid. The one thing I love about Commanders fans, they travel.
That's exactly right.
They travel. I watched them single-handedly take over Tampa twice last year.
I was going to say this past year, too.
Just totally dominated it and taking over it. I had to show my appreciation for y'all for that. Thank y'all so much for supporting these guys the way y'all did. Now, when they see this Spain trip, they like, this is more than just a football game. This is a luxury trip. It's one of those trips where you look back 5 years and be like, you remember we went to Madrid?
And also, like, we did a bunch of cool things, and we also got that dub.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just so much to it. When you think about it, you're like, this is really what I call a Travis Hunter. This is a twofer. A 2 for 1. A 2 for 1. You get an international trip, and you get a game, and you get a game in a setting where some of the biggest soccer games in the world has been played. Right. So now you get to experience a whole nother culture, a whole nother country, and a whole nother stadium field.
Yeah.
Like, think about the small things, Jinx. Think about Commanders fans walking to get some food in this stadium. Are they going to know what they ordering?
Maybe they'll be like, hey, do you know Anna Newkirk? I didn't mean to say your last name, but I'm just saying, like, do you know her? She had this drink one time I heard about in this podcast.
Well, like, what are they going to order? Like, they gonna be thinking American in their head because they can be like, a stadium is a stadium.
Yeah.
And then they're going to walk up to the what's name, and they're going to be like, no, this is a whole different menu.
Yeah, I have your nachos. Maybe.
We don't do nachos over here. So it's gonna be some funny things.
Yeah.
Like, and I can't wait to get over there and get immersed in the food. I'm a foodie. Mm-hmm. So I want to get immersed in the food, most definitely. I'm already getting immersed in the drinks. So at the end of the day,
I'm getting immersed in this right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm
do
saying.
We have extra?
It's like I told Anna, very refreshing. That's what I say. This is a brunch drink.
It's brunch time sort of right now, right?
Yeah, dare I say this is a brunch drink right here.
You look mighty fine right now, my man.
Well, you know, I go for mimosas sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm a breakfast guy.
Hey.
So brunch is one of them. Now, are you one of them people, Jinx, that go to brunch and eat lunch food?
No, I want brunch.
I want breakfast.
Yeah, I want breakfast food.
Yeah, I want breakfast food. That's what I'm about.
Guys, we have an exciting announcement to make very quickly. We got Ryan Zimmerman, Dan Coco, Chalk and Little Nats as well. They're going to be here.
Nothing's more DC than Ryan Zimmerman.
Oh, my God.
Zim.
He's the consummate
You
Washington
know when you get a
the
name
face.
like that, when they just call you 3 letters?
And you know.
Share. Like once you get
Share.
to, I often say once you get to that level where you one name identified, that means you've made it.
Absolutely right. Also, we're going to have a live show at the Admiral in DuPont Circle on the 29th.
Yes.
And special guest as well. We're going to give away merch.
Yes. Hopefully by then I get some shirts that I'm trying to get made.
Okay.
Commanders, we outside.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Because we back. The fan base is back.
Oh.
So hopefully I can get a shirt like that made.
Oh, that's a good idea. We got a lot of content coming up here the next couple of weeks, so make sure you look out for that. Also going to talk about Josh Conerly Jr.
Yes.
Coming up here later on in the pod.
Yeah.
Before that, though, as we enjoy our drinks from Anna. Anna, thank you again. These are absolutely.
No, these drinks are from Spain.
These are from Spain.
By way of Anna.
By way of Anna.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
And Trader Joe's.
Yes. Most definitely. We're preparing our palate.
Yes.
We're preparing our palate for Madrid, Spain. All right, when I make it there, I already be cultured in their alcohol. Mm-hmm. I already be cultured in their food. Mm-hmm. I'm even going to learn some language skills.
Are you? Are we speaking Spanish?
I always do, sir. I always do.
The romantic Fred Smoot.
I go by Frederico while I'm over there.
Oh,
Frederico Smoot.
Oh, suave.
Yeah.
Remember that back in the day? So let me go through, we don't need to go through the whole schedule, but let me ask you, what do you think the closest game will be?
In points.
Yeah, just one that you think could go down to the very end. I mean, we had a ton of those games last year. They almost all went our way.
It'll be easy for me to say something that'll catch people from left field like Sheffield. It's easy for me to say the Chicago Bears game. Because the only reason I say that because I have been a team looking for revenge.
Okay.
And you think about that the whole time. We let them off the hook. They think they're better than us. They went on a run. We went the opposite direction. That will be the most moody game.
Right.
Like the most moody out of division game will be the Chicago Bears. The closest game might be won by 1 point. I'm going to say, and this is going to shock some people.
I think you might be thinking what I'm thinking. Maybe.
Kansas City Chiefs.
I think, okay.
I'm going to go Kansas City Chiefs because two exciting quarterbacks, two exciting offensive callers, two optimistic defenses in Kansas City, smelling like brisket and barbecue. That's one of the hardest places to play.
Oh, no doubt.
All right. So you got the crowd on your back. Arrowhead Stadium get to rocking. We go down early by 10 in the first quarter.
You already calling it?
Yeah, we rage back in the third. Now in the fourth, it's basically Jaden Daniels versus Pat Mahomes if they go back and forth. And it's in with the kicker, like it always does.
Yeah.
I'm going to go October 27th in Kansas City at Arrowhead Stadium, 8:15 at night game. I'm going. It's going to be a point. Somebody going to win by 1 point.
I'm going to go with the game that you would not expect. On the road at the Giants in December. You got
listen.
The Giants always play us tough.
Always play us hard.
It's on the road. You got the Eagles the next week.
We hate MetLife Stadium.
Right. You could just, it's one of those games where you'll be looking ahead maybe to the Eagles. It's cold. And look, It's still a divisional game. They probably won't have anything to play for except for beating us.
Here go the question I got to ask you. Who starts that game at quarterback for the Giants?
That's a very interesting question.
Is it Reverend Russ? Is it one of my favorite players of all time, Jameis Winston? Is it Jackson Dart?
I'll bet whoever starts the season for the Giants, it's a different quarterback come December. Whoever it is.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Like, most definitely. I think at that time in December, I think that's Jackson Dart time, don't you?
I feel like it, right?
So we'll be playing against a rookie, and you're going to think that's going to be a tight game?
You just never know, man. I mean, who knows what it's going to be? I just know that those divisional games late in the season, when you could be looking ahead, when everybody assumes you're going to go in there and punch them in the mouth, they're never that easy.
No, it's never that easy. But then when I look at that pass rush that New York got, here go the thing I do. I make checks, though. I watched Josh Conerly manhandle Abdul Carter.
He sure did.
Biotish always manhandle Sexy Dexy. All right? Thibodeau going against Larry Tunsil. We got answers.
We got the dudes to handle their dudes.
We got answers for their dudes. And that's why I said I said the tightest game was going to be that because I was balancing mine off quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, because I believe the quarterback duel is what takes you to these points.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, Russ, Jameis versus JD5, Jedi 5.
What about best rivalry game? To me, it's Cowboys Commanders on Christmas Day.
Because it's
That's
Christmas.
The one. It's Christmas Day, and you have a chance to, on Christmas Day on a holiday, to send the Cowboys home with an L.
No, most definitely that is the one, but I think the rivalry is with the Eagles. My rivalry is with, I think the rivalry
because we're closer to the Eagles now than the Cowboys.
Yeah. And I feel like over the last couple of years, we have been going back and forth with the Eagles.
That's fair, yeah.
We have been going back and forth with the Eagles. And let's be honest, they're Super Bowl winners. They are the big dog. Mm-hmm. They got the big chair at the table right now. So do you want to aim low? Or do you want to aim high?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. It's something going on with our fan bases. Plus, they've been in my DMs since we played them in the NFC Championship. Because what I went on TV, I mean, what I said. So I believe it's this real thing brewing with Philadelphia. Like, think about it. That used to be the nation's capital until we became the nation's capital. All right? Like, these things happen. Ben Franklin left there and came here. All right?
That's your guy.
That's my guy. All right? They got the Liberty Bell. We got the National Mall. All right? All I'm saying is we just one step better than them in everything. All right? They got water there. We got the Potomac Hill.
That's right.
I'm just saying. They got cheesesteaks. We got crab cakes in it. We're right there with them.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. So I would have to say best rivalry, Philadelphia.
Revenge game. What's the best revenge game on the schedule?
Philadelphia?
Honestly, you think so? I think it's DQ going back to Atlanta.
After beating him here?
Well, beat him here, but now he gets to go down to Atlanta. And it's kind of sneaky. Like, he got him once, and now he gets to go to Atlanta, and they're going to have Penix in his second year. I think it's just another reminder of, hey,
you shouldn't
look
have
what
let
I'm
me go.
doing. Yeah, look what I'm doing now. Just another reminder for you.
You shouldn't have let me go. I got you to the Super Bowl, your only Super Bowl,
right,
and you just threw me away. Okay, from the coach's aspect,
yeah,
it is the Falcons. But I think from a team aspect, it's Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Because like a player we talked to said, we didn't think we were going to end in.
Right.
They sent us home, and they went to the Super Bowl, and they won.
Yeah.
All right? So I don't think we lost to anybody last year that hurt more than losing to Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. So do you want revenge against the Cowboys for beating you one time? Detroit coming looking for revenge against us?
The Bears will be looking for revenge.
The Bears will be
big time.
Fangs coming out of their mouth. They gonna want revenge. So I gotta say Philadelphia.
Biggest stars primetime game. You already mentioned, for me, that's Mahomes, JD5 in primetime. Like a couple years ago, you would have not thought, wait, our quarterback is going to be featured in primetime against Patrick Mahomes, and they're going to feature these two guys in primetime. Like, that's unbelievable that we're here.
Biggest primetime game. I have to say, ain't nothing bigger than international.
Yeah.
I think it's the Dolphins in Madrid, Spain. Like,
This is a great drink, by the way.
Hey, it is.
Very good.
Second that motion. And the pregame, you don't even know what the pregame festivity is going to be in Madrid.
I bet your pregame festivity start about 1 a.m.
Yes. Make sure that people find me. Right? Make sure people take care of me. Because if I
get me where I need to be.
Because if I can get chewed up by Richmond, Virginia.
The Madrid, oh my God. We're going to have a few protocols in place.
That's all I'm saying. So when you say the game that's there, I got to say it has to be Madrid at 9:30 in the morning. I just think it's a mystique to it.
Yeah.
I think it's because you remember the Brazil game last year? Even though the field was bad, I think that was the Eagles and the Chiefs maybe or something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Even the field was bad. It had this aura and glow to it.
That's right.
And I think this will also. And it ain't going to be nothing more happy for me to see the citizens of Madrid, Spain, rocking the JD5 jersey.
There are going to be Commanders fans there.
No, Commander fans.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. All right, we are the roach in the room. All right, it ain't no room you can go in that we ain't there. And we outside now. We can poke our chests out because it was a time, and I apologize to the fan base because I had a lot to do with that when we had to kind of tuck our head. Couldn't even wear our shirts in the airport without somebody saying something. But now you wear your shirt in the airport, people are like, oh yeah, man. Y'all looking good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all looking like a team. So I would say Madrid against the Miami Dolphins. At that time of year, Tua might not be playing. We don't know.
High pressure or the prove it game?
Prove it game. I think the prove it game happens through the eyes of the fans. It'll be the Green Bay Packer game.
Oh, okay.
Early in the year. Do they still got it? Is it going to be a sophomore slump? Are they the same team? They see us beat the Packers, they'll be like, yeah, they got something going. Me as a football aficionado, it's the Los Angeles Chargers.
Really?
Yes, listen to me. Harbaugh is a winner.
Oh, he's a hell of a coach.
Harbaugh is a hell of a coach. They got a quarterback. They got a defense. They run the ball. They're a playoff team.
They draft well, too.
Well. That goes to my prove it game, because if you could beat a rail-rounded team like that don't beat themselves, you can beat anybody.
The one prove it game I think is going to be interesting is facing the Lions again, because nobody thought it was going to be us and the Eagles. Everyone assumed it was going to be Lions, Eagles, and the Lions are going to come in and say, all right, you're better than us. Prove it.
We did, Jared Goff.
I know.
We went to Detroit, threw the Detroit pizza on the ground, kicked the door open in Motown, tore records up. We even went to the Ford company and drove a Chevy through it. All right? Listen, we disrespected Detroit. All right? Listen, if it was one game.
That's why I feel like they're going to be out for blood.
If it was one game where this was my smile the whole game. I was just speechless.
I remember when everybody was looking around, I was watching, everyone was like, what is happening? Like, this is amazing.
Listen, they just started going into the crowd, just slapping Detroit people. Like, we run this. This belongs to us. I haven't seen a fan base in that shock like Detroit fans was.
Yeah.
They were shocked. They was out of it. They was like, I can't believe it just happened. Believe it, baby. It's real. But you're right. Detroit is coming.
They are coming. They're gonna be very good this year.
Yeah. They're gonna be good.
Let's do some voicemails.
Yes, let's do it. Let me cue up the first one. All right. First one's about RFK.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, this is Ray from D.C. I was listening to your show where the guy got murdered on the 50-yard line. Pretty cool. But if any part of RFK Stadium we should keep, it should be the floating platform that actually went up and down when the crowd was on it. I think that should be recreated somehow to have that section right there. Because I can honestly tell you, I was one of those on that section where you felt like you was on a ride at an amusement park, man. That's the greatest part about RFK that I will always remember, man, outside all of the parades I went to. But talk to the gang people that y'all close to and see if we can get that reincarnated. Again, this is Ray from D.C. Just talking to you guys. Stay healthy and stay loved.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, so reincarnating the floating platforms at RFK Stadium. What do we think?
We talked about what cornerstone or what piece of RFK should be
Something has to remain,
incorporated into the new. I would say you can't use the ones that was used.
Right.
You can reinvent them. You can have this one section that everybody gonna fight over every game to try to get these seats.
Yeah.
And you can name it the RFK section. You can name it the Joe Gibbs section. You can name it, but you have something, a piece of that old stadium has to be incorporated into the new. I don't care if it's a rock that we rub before the game.
Something about the spirit of RFK has to lean into
something
the new
has to
section.
loom.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a piece of the stadium rock. I don't know if it's a piece of the stands, but I totally understand with him. And I would, if I was building it, have this one section maybe hold 50, 70 people that goes up and down to remember the past. Just this one section. And every week we let a different 50, a different 70 sit in these seats.
Yeah.
All right. The most rabid fans. And that's what I would do. That's the most you can do, I think.
I love that.
We ready for another one?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. We have
Jinx, producer Anna, what is up? I'm up early on a Saturday morning, got my shopping in, about to have a day. Just wanted to drop a note to y'all asking about one of my new favorite players that I feel like you guys give him his flowers as much as he deserves, but around the league, he probably doesn't get them, and that is the new 1-1 Luke McCaffrey. I think this kid is going to fly. As Smoot says, we are going to see the wonder of flight in him, and I just want to know, is this kid the truth? Is he going to be around for the next, second contract, third contract? Hope y'all are well. Keep doing your thing. Can't wait for the season. Love y'all. Bye.
Thank you, man. Love you, man.
I believe in Luke.
Yep.
I always believe in Luke. I always tell people this because people like the new shiny things. Like, that's the one bad part about the draft is once you go to a new draft, you kind of forget about the draft of the last couple of years.
Do you remember Johnny Newton? Do you remember Luke McCaffrey? Do you remember these dudes?
They part of the draft too, So I think sometimes we have to be patient with these athletes to give them time to start to peak. We in this new life, like especially when it comes to Anna and that group, where it's a microwave society.
Anna catching strays on
They want to push the button.
Whoa, okay.
And they want the food ready now.
That's true. People definitely want instant gratification.
They want instant gratification, and that's why I had the shirts let Grandma cook. Because when Grandma cook with love, it's patience. You can smell it all doing the house hours before it's ready. Not this new generation. Bing. All right. That's what they want.
Yeah.
Like, they want it now, and Luke wasn't ready now. But we don't know what Luke ready to do this year. We don't know what he done went home and polished and what he polishing it on the offseason. I believe in Luke McCaffrey. I think he's going to be one of those dudes.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's going to be this season or next, but I do know, I feel like he has a very interesting skill set just because of what he did in college, and now he's still learning the game. So I don't know if it's going to be this season, but I'm certainly not willing to say, hey, you've had okay production your second year, you're done. I feel like you have to look long-term, especially with guys who have talent like that.
Especially when you got a coaching staff that nurtures like this,
and really brings guys along.
So I think when you got an organization that's doing this, you're going to be shocked how many players end up starting to peak at the right time.
You pay some bills?
Sure, we'll pay some bills.
All right.
MWAA. We don't travel to escape life. We travel so life doesn't escape us. We dream of a place anywhere in the world, and in a blink of an eye, we're there. That's the run of flight. All you have to do is decide where to. Madrid, Spain. All right? Dulles International Airport. Let your imagination soar. Book your adventure today at flydulles.com/nonstop. And that's where you will be going to Spain from that international airport of this one. Good call.
That's
listen, I will see you in the airport. I have my shirt on, flower shirt, you know me, half open, 3 buttons. You know when you see happy travelers? Like people that just cannot wait to go where they going.
This guy feels like he's already in Madrid right now.
Hawaiian shirt with Madrid all over it. I love it. The Get Loud podcast is brought to you by Bet365. official sports betting partner of the Washington Commanders. Bet on a range of NFL markets with the Bet365 app. Craft your own personalized bet slip with Parlay. Access thousands of games with live streaming. Place your bet before the match or bet during the game. It's up to you. Download the Bet365 app today and join 80 million members worldwide. Age 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Virginia. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Nailed it. And now, as promised, we get a little more insight on the rookie Josh Conerly Jr.
Yes. Let's go to Oregon.
Let's get some insight on the Commanders rookie Josh Conerly Jr. And we bring in Neel from Duckswire to talk about it. So, Zach, I know this is a broad question, but what are just some general thoughts when you think of Josh as a player? What immediately comes to mind?
He's really one of those prototypical tackles. I mean, he's someone who came to Oregon. Oregon has had success at left tackle before. Obviously, the Penei Sewell a few years ago, who was a great success in the NFL. Conerly came in and he was, from day one expected to be that left tackle anchor on the line, and he lived up to the hype. A few years at Oregon, and goes to get drafted. He's got the size that you want there. And just outside of the player, just a really solid person. He kind of embodied what it meant to be an Oregon Duck for his years here under Dan Lanning. So he was always a fan favorite. He was a highly rated recruit, someone that fans knew his entire career at Oregon. He'd at one point be getting drafted. We didn't know if it'd be this year, next year, if he'd stay around for his senior year or not. But he's always someone that fans really liked.
Yeah, Zach, I got to ask you, because the one thing I love about Oregon's offense is they run a very high-tempo offense. And in Washington right now, especially with Jaden Daniels, we run a lot of no-huddle. Do you think that transition from Oregon to Washington is going to be easier because of the offense that they ran at Oregon?
I think so. Yeah, I think that Oregon has really done a good job under the last couple of offensive coordinators with Will Stein and Kenny Dillingham of running a pro-style offense. They don't do this, they don't run a wing tee. They don't run like a true no-huddle spread. They get under center sometimes. They get in the shotgun sometimes. They go hurry up. They go slow it down, 4-minute offense. They really do a variety of things. So I think Josh Conerly is well-equipped to run whatever Washington wants him to do.
And with him being a right-handed guy and him playing left tackle, because now we're going to move him back to right tackle, do you think it'll be any slow adjustment, or you think it'll be okay with him moving to right? Because as an ex-football player, I always feel like a right-handed guy does feel a little bit more comfortable at the right tackle as opposed to the left tackle, but he dominated left tackle in college. Do you think it'll be a problem him moving from left to right?
I think it'll be fine. One thing that benefited him is this past year he was the left tackle for left-handed quarterback Dylan Gabriel. So he kind of has a feel like he was able to mix and match a little bit. He wasn't really protecting the blind side as much. So one thing that Oregon does really well is they rotate their offensive line a lot in preseason. They make sure that you're mixing and matching spots, and you're not just staying at right tackle or left tackle every single step. You're kind of moving around a little bit. So I know there's been questions about maybe Washington moves him inside to guard. I know you can talk about that a lot more knowledgeably than I can.
Yeah,
I don't think tons over there at the left tackle. I don't think they will. I think that he serves better way outside at right tackle. But he's someone I don't have any concerns about him being able to move around the line and fit in where he needs to.
Zachary, how athletic is this kid? That's the one thing that jumps off the page when you watch tape, or if you just look at him at the combine or his measurables. It's one thing to be a big guy. You can be just kind of this carved out of granite dude. It's quite another to be able to move the way that he does.
Used to be a running back.
Yeah, used to be a running back. Used to be a basketball player, a really good basketball player in high school as well. So, he's got the size, but he's not slow on his feet. He's got really good feet. He can bend well around the edge. Another thing about him is he progressively has gotten better throughout his career. I mean, this past season, going into the year, Oregon fans knew it may be their last year with him, but then you watched him at the start of the season. He wasn't playing his best football. It kind of, at the midway point, if you polled 100 Duck fans, I'd say, yeah, he probably sticks around for another year. He's not really NFL ready. Then the second half of the season came and he started dominating. I mean, you look at the Big Ten championship game against Penn State, Abdul Carter, who was the number 3 pick, he shut him down throughout the game and really, really played well. So he has progressively gotten a lot better, continually learned. I'm really excited to see what he can do at the next level, because I think that he is not playing his best football yet.
I got to ask you this because a lot of people has thrown this challenge my way. Have you taken the Conerly challenge? Have you tried? Now, me, myself, at 46 years old, these knees can't take the Conerly challenge, so I can't do it. What about you, Zach? Have you taken the challenge? Because it's taking D.C., it's taking the DMV by storm. Like, everybody's doing it.
There's a reason that I'm writing about football and not playing football. No, I'm not doing that. I know that my athletic prime days are behind me.
Zachary, how much does it help to have a guy who has such a personality that is just intent on becoming a football player? That's the one thing you keep hearing about Josh, is that he wants to absorb what every person on the offense is doing, not just for his own benefit, but for the benefit of the team.
Yeah, it's really incredible. I mean, one thing that coaches often said while he was here is that he's, one of the smartest players on the team. They said he could play quarterback if he needed to, and he could line up the offense. He could get everyone set and get all the checks and do that. We talked to him about that, and he said, yeah, I probably could. I wouldn't be very good at it because I don't think I can throw the ball very well, but he knows the offense inside and out. He knows what, the center is the quarterback of the offensive line, but he could also do that because he knows the checks to get them in. You have a lot of players in today's day and age of football where, football isn't the main thing. They're doing a million other things outside of football, and that's great. I love that. I love players maximizing their ability. Josh Conerly is not one of those guys. He's someone who cares about the football, and that's really what he's focused on. He's not going to be doing a lot of things outside of that.
When we all come to the league, no matter how good a prospect we are, we always got things we got to work on. Like, there's no such thing as a perfect prospect. You having an intimate eye on him and looking at him, now that he makes the jump to the pros, if you had to say zero in on one thing that you say, you know what, he might going to have to work on that on the next level to get better, what would that thing be? Because his feet are great. Maybe do you think you need to get a little bit stronger up top? Whatever you think that is, what would that be?
I think it's the second thing you said. I think he needs to get a little bit bigger. He's still a little, I wouldn't call him undersized, but he's not one of the biggest offensive linemen in the NFL, not one of the biggest left tackles, listed at, I think, 311 pounds at the combine. He could stand to gain, 15, 20 pounds if he wants to, and really up his strength quite a bit. But as far as technique and as far as his skill set goes, the basis is there for him to be really good. Yes, he can fine tune some things and get working with an NFL offensive line coach to learn all of the things that he doesn't know. But at this point, I think you've got a really solid, what I'd say, like mold of clay that you can actually get there. He needs to get a little bit bigger, a little bit of NFL strength on him, but all the talent and the skills are there.
It's one thing to hear from NFL scouts or people who interacted with Josh at the Senior Bowl, for example, but what was some of the feedback that you heard from coaches and teammates just covering during your time there in Eugene?
He's just a team guy. He's a pure locker room guy. It was funny because Josh Conerly was the first major recruit that Dan Lanning landed when he came to Oregon. He was the first 5-star, and so it was kind of the first big win. So fans just kind of glommed onto him right away. I was like, all right, this is our guy under Dan Lanning. We want to see where he can go, and they turned him into a first-round draft pick in 3 years. So it was really cool just to kind of see him embrace the community and the community embrace him, because Oregon obviously likes their left tackle prospects with Sewell coming before him. But he's just one of those guys. I've known his family decently well over the years. They're great family behind him. He's a guy that Oregon fans are going to be rooting for a long time. Obviously, Oregon already likes Washington a lot because of the Marcus Mariota connection, but they'll definitely still be rooting for the Commanders because of Conerly.
He wasn't the last 5-star that Dan Landon landed, because didn't I just see him jump in a pool with a 5-star?
Yeah.
Am I confused?
Yes, you did. That one made some waves this past weekend.
Yeah, it was. Now, when I think of an offensive line, I always think of a group like the Beatles are new addition. Like, the one thing about the offensive line, they have to be in unison, Jane. They have to be in unison.
That's true. I love the reference.
Yeah. So the one thing you have to be is, and we've already said this about Conerly, is he's a team player, and he's a sponge, and he wants to learn, and he's smart. Like, when it came to the offensive line in Oregon, was he the leader? Was he the orchestrator? Or did he just became one of the group?
He kind of grew into the leader. He didn't start as a true freshman, but he played. He didn't start, but he was so good that they kind of designed packages for him where they rolled out, 5, 6, 7 offensive linemen in some like jumbo formations where they just had to get Conerly on the field. He was too talented not to play him. And then he continually grew into that leadership role where he was part of this veteran group this past year where he was the guy that a lot of people leaned on. I'm glad you went that way with that question because I don't know how good of a singer he is. I'm not sure if that's what you were going to ask me at first, but I don't know.
When you look at Dan Lanning and how he's sort of permeated his personality throughout that program, I mean, I feel like when you're talking about Josh being his first recruit, it sort of speaks to that. But what sort of player is Dan Lanning looking for? Because some coaches, that personality completely extends onto the football field.
Yeah, it's that team first. That team first player is what they're focused on. They've got these core tenets of the program: connection, growth, toughness, and I'm forgetting the last one right now. I'm blanking on it. I know that Dan would be mad at me for that, but they're really focused on knowing each other as people, not as just players. They have these what they call get right sessions throughout the offseason where they just talk about nothing about football, just about who you are as a person, and they want to make sure that you're fighting for your brother on the field, not just fighting for your teammates. So that's something that Conerly has taken into his own life, and he's really strengthened his relationship with his teammates. I'm sure that he'll be able to do that at Washington as well, because it's more than football when you're spending 9 months out of the year with these guys. They need to know each other at a very personal level, and I think Conerly will be able to do that.
This one's kind of out of bounds that I'm gonna ask, but as an SEC guy, and it's hard for me to. I ain't gonna say hard for me. I just got to get used to saying the Big Ten and saying Oregon. All right, how has the fan base at Oregon taken to being part of the Big Ten? Does it still feel odd? Is it an adjustment period? Are y'all just all in? Let's go get it done.
I think for the most part it's been all in because Oregon fans think, well, I shouldn't say think. They see themselves at the same level as schools like Ohio State and Alabama and Michigan, all those top schools. They've just been kind of competing in the Pac-12 where you have lesser schools. So they were happy to go to the Big Ten. Obviously, winning the Big Ten championship in the first year was a major bonus, just to kind of feather in your cap. So, yeah, we absolutely belong in this conference. It will be weird over the years when you continually stop playing programs like Cal and Stanford and Utah and all those teams that you have rivalry with. But I think Oregon is one of the teams that's very well equipped to play at this higher level because they've got the roster building, they've got the NIL, they've got the talent, the recruiting, the coaching. They can make some noise even in the Big Ten.
And before we let you go, I mean, we're right there. It's going to be a few months? We're already going to be right in the middle of NFL and college football. So what is the preview would give us for what to expect from the Ducks this season?
I think they'll be pretty good. It's a very new look team. Obviously, you lost a lot of seniors or a lot of upperclassmen last year. Dylan Gabriel, Terrence Ferguson, Tez Johnson, Conerly. You lost a lot of really good players, but Dan Lanning, like I said, recruits at a very high level. So there's a ton of former 5-star guys that have just been waiting their turn to get out there on the field. And this is the year that we get to see them do that. So we'll see if they can stand up to the expectations. But I think that they'll be back in that college football playoff at the end of the year.
Most definitely, man.
He is Zachary Neel from Ducks Wire. Zachary, thanks for being with us. Thanks for the time, and good luck to Oregon this season.
Thanks for grinding through, my friend.
My pleasure. Thanks, guys.
Always appreciate the insight. The more I hear about this kid, the more I get excited.
Listen, he sounds like a commander.
He does.
Like the thing, I'm starting to see the ingredients, what they look for in a commander, and he has the ingredients. Mm-hmm. All right, most definitely, he has the ingredients. I just can't wait to see him play. Like I'm very anxious to see this kid play.
I'm excited.
Yeah, see, can he join that band I was telling you about? The Wild Boars.
Oh yes,
the Wild Boars. That's what I'm calling them. Right now, we're bored up right now. Right? I know the past was in love with the Hogs. I understand. But a wild boar is a little bit more dangerous. All right? A wild boar is not domesticated. It's in
wild
its
boar wants to hurt you.
Huh?
A wild boar wants to hurt you.
No, he wants to inflict pain. All right? The one thing people don't understand is when you domesticate a pig, it no longer need to grow hair to keep itself warm. It don't need to grow tusks to hunt because you feed it.
Right.
You take that away. But if a pig gets out of there and gets back into the wild, he reverts back to a wild boar. See, we've been domesticated for 20, 30 years. Right? Now, our hogs done got loose. Their tonsil then got loose. That wild boy Brightest then got loose, and now they started to develop. They started to develop, go back to their natural tendencies right now. So yes, the wild boars. I cannot wait to see him a part of that group.
Let's do more voicemails with our producer / mixologist.
Yes, I guess so. I just want to be sure I have my audio going. Yep. Okay.
All right.
We've got one more quick voicemail, and after that, we're going to hit our Flavorful Friday Fact or Fake game.
Okay.
So
all right.
Be sure to stay tuned.
Hey, Fred, I'm a huge Commanders fan. My name's Nathan Hicks. I'm 49 years old, and I can do the Conerly challenge simply, and I can prove it. I just want to laugh at you for not trying on any of the podcasts or anything. Come on, old Fred, you can get it done. Love you, man. Bye.
Hey, man, I'm laughing at you. Love you, though.
Love you, but can you do the Conerly challenge on the podcast?
Y'all want me to do the Conerly challenge now?
I mean,
if you're feeling it.
If you're feeling it.
Look at G. You know what, by golly, if you're feeling it, bro. Why would y'all put me on the spot like that?
I'm not doing it. This was not me.
G, so you gonna do it with me?
Bro, I'm 51.
Okay, how about this? At the live show.
At the live show, I'll do the Conerly challenge.
In DuPont.
Okay,
if you guys go, this is only for our live audience.
Oh, I like that.
So you will not be able to see this.
So everybody got evidence that I really did it.
Yep. Only the live show viewers will be able to see it.
Yeah.
So,
good. Once my hip pops out of my socket, I'll have help there immediately.
Yeah, so we'll be at the Admiral, right?
Yeah.
In DuPont
Circle
on the 29th.
On the 29th, with Fred Smoot, we'll do the Conerly challenge.
Yes.
The question is, do I get back up from doing it?
I help you.
All right.
We'll save that for the end of the night, so then we can at least make it through our podcast. But
I want all the fire department to be ready to come into the Admiral.
All right, before we wrap things up, pay some bills.
Yeah.
Then we got to do the Flavorful Fridays Fact or Fake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, before we get to that, I got to talk to you about SeatGeek. They have your ticket to the best live concerts in the DMV at Northwest Stadium. SeatGeek makes it easy to catch world-conquering tours and high-wattage performances from your favorite artists all summer long. SeatGeek has the best seat, your seat for an unforgettable summer. From rock royalty to rap superstars, R&B to country. Find out all on SeatGeek, the official primary ticketing partner of Northwest Stadium. Summer concert season officially starts with SeatGeek.
Not like us.
Love it.
You ready?
All right.
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
So I think we can start, first of all, speaking of the hogs and domesticated pigs.
Okay.
Black Label Iberico ham is the finest of Iberico hams. Fact or fake?
Hams. Are we talking American hams or Spain?
Spain, Iberico ham.
Yes, it is true.
I think it's a fact.
That's true. A Black Label Iberico ham is free range, 100% purebred, acorn-fed Iberico pigs.
Yes.
Then it goes like red label, green label, white label.
Yes, and Virginia is also known for their hams. All right.
You guys will have to compare when you go out to Madrid. All right. The oldest restaurant in the world is in Barcelona, Spain.
In the world?
I thought the oldest one was in London.
I'm going to say fake.
I'm going to say false, too.
False is correct. It's actually in Madrid. They claim they have the oldest restaurant in the world, and it's called Botín. I've been there.
Good trivia.
It was cool.
Oh, you've been there. Oh, it's just flexing. By the way.
Yeah, I was just there, by the way. Just so you guys know.
Just FYI.
I seen a picture of Moses in there. Me and Moses went to the same restaurant.
You might, who knows, maybe. The first modern novel was written in Spain.
First modern novel.
Do you guys know what the first modern novel is?
I do not.
No, we ain't talking Shakespeare here, so.
Modern novel.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Hamlet?
Don Quixote.
Fact?
Yeah.
All right. That's
Okay.
good.
Eating 12 grapes at midnight on New Year's Eve brings good luck and prosperity, according to Spanish culture.
Gotta be. I'll say fact.
I'll go with the grape with the Spaniards.
That's true. Fact. Okay.
Oh, I'm crushing this.
The chorus of the national anthem is Viva España.
I feel like that's too...
It's
too simple.
Too simple.
I'm going to say fake.
You're correct. It's false. There are no words in the Spanish national anthem at all.
So they just stand there like quiet?
They just listen.
Yeah, no singing along.
So does the song got words?
No.
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 So it's just a melody?
Yeah. It's just the song. No words to it.
Just music.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
A
different.
lot of, I think, like, I want to say, like, Sweden doesn't even, like, have a national anthem. I could be completely wrong. They don't, either they don't have words or they have no national anthem at all.
Well, Antarctica ain't got that.
Fun fact. Okay, last one.
All right.
Spain is the largest olive oil producer in the world.
That would be the Spain olive oil. I thought that'd be Greek people.
That's what I was going to say.
Italians. No, that's false.
I'm going to say...
You're going to go with it, ain't you?
I'm going to go fact.
Yeah.
Jenks is right. Nearly half of the world's olive oil is produced in Spain, not Greece. That's what the internet told me.
I think it probably has less to do with the size of the country and their ability to export as opposed to maybe history. That would
so
be my
they
guess.
just say Spain is bigger.
Oh, right. Like, I feel like compared to Greece, which I don't necessarily think has nearly the infrastructure that Spain does.
Maybe they just have better olive oil. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's just more
just like
of it.
spaghetti was never really a tab. We Americanized it.
I was thinking it wasn't like pasta and that
Well, first of all,
originate in
tomatoes
Asia.
don't grow. They weren't even growing it in Italy at first.
Yeah, history is so interesting.
Yeah, it is.
The world is interesting.
I'm terrible at it, but you're right. It's very interesting.
That's why
Same.
I'm
I could be very wrong
I
here.
went to a higher learning institute at Mississippi State, than Texas. You know what I'm saying?
The University of Texas. The whole state. Oh, man. That was a good one. That's why I get so excited when I get like a fact or fiction or fact or fake right. I'm like, I know history. I don't know history.
Yeah, man, listen, history is very intriguing. Like, I think we don't get a pass enough props for the things they was capable of.
Oh, 1,000%.
Just going through my travels, when you look at some of the stuff that they built, like in Rome, the aqueducts, the Colosseum, the Pantheon, like all this stuff just amazes the hell out of me.
Yeah. They didn't run it through some sort of computer system to come up with the... Right.
No problem shoot. We problem shoot as we build.
Right.
Bathhouses, all this. I'm like, come on, if you see the Colosseum, have you seen the Colosseum in person?
I have not.
It's unbelievable. Like, it's a leave you in awe. And then you got to realize they used to flood the bottom of it and redo like ship battles and stuff. Then drain it and go right into another fight. This is unbelievable.
Man, that's how you finish up another strong pod.
Man, that's what we do, bro.
Cheers to all you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Let us know what you think in the comments. Also, feel free to give us a call. An email. That's Fred Smoot. Michael Jenkins. Smoot. The views and opinions expressed by our podcast guests and or hosts are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Washington Commanders or any of their representatives.